What makes a game a classic? Quality gameplay, good presentation, overall charm and heart? An often overlooked factor in having a classic, fondly remembered game is it being in the right place at the right time. Tragically, there are hundreds of games released each year, all fighting for our precious time as well as our money. Having a fan base is key to a game series' success, but if fans are left with a bad taste in their mouth, no matter what the reason, everything can come crashing down. I present to you the start of a fall of an empire. It was in the early 2000s, the turn of the century. The world was changing rapidly, the internet was gaining more and more significance each day. I was 6 years old. My father came home carrying a strange old box and a stack of smaller green boxes along with it. He connected the box to the TV, booted it up, and blew my mind. The most sophisticated game I've played to that point was this. Good memories. Being able to explore a 3D world was a brand new concept for me, and one I was ecstatic to experience for the first time. I played the crap out of all my new Xbox games. All except one game. Grabbed by the Ghoulies. Back then I was a pretty pathetic kid. Everything scared me, from bugs, to the dark, to clowns, to you name it. I wasn't afraid of diving into the unforgiving ocean though, for some reason. Water just never really scared me. Just what's inside the water. Getting back on track. The fact that there were monsters on the box, no matter how cartoony they seemed, made this game a skip for me, Junior. One day though, something caused me to pull myself together and finally start the game. This is what I was greeted with. Hello and welcome to Let's Play Grabbed by the Ghoulies. I'm Wave Runner, or Wave as you can see here. Just don't mind the blurs on the screen, the menu spoils something for later that I don't want to give away just yet. If you're here, it either means you're interested in the game that I'm playing, or, less likely, you're interested in me, in which case I would be flattered. So, anyway, let's get into the game and watch the first cutscene. Yeah, that sure looks safe. I present to you one of my favorite video game villains of all time. Are you prepared for... Baron Von Ghoul. The creep. I love this guy. New additions. Interesting. Like the little map they put in between, like, certain cutscenes. Oh, hope you didn't like those gargoyle guys before, because you never fight them in the entire game. It's wasted potential, sadly. There's a few wasted potential things in this game, but not too many. Or many, I forgot. So we're entering the mansion. Don't look ahead, it's spoilers. 2-second spoilers. Meet Crivens the Butler. Well, I think his name is Crivens. Whatever shall we do? Surrounded by Ghoulies. First lesson in Grabbed by the Ghoulies. How to play. You're surrounded by monsters. You ain't got nothing on you. No guns, no weapons. What can you do? Yes, my friends, this is a horror-themed beat-em-up. Hope you enjoy. And right about now, we're gonna be introduced to our first enemy, the Imp. I'm gonna put an enemy bottle for every enemy in the game. And, you won't only see him once in my videos, but twice. Since later on, most enemies gain a second special move. We're gonna be introduced to another mechanic in the game right now, as Crivens is telling us. Weapons. As he's saying. As you're reading, he's explaining how weapons work. But just in case you didn't pay attention, all weapons, except this one, have a durability limit, which is usually like 3 hits for this specific type of weapon. The, oh yeah, swinging weapons, I think they're called. We're also introduced to the concept of challenges, which I think sets us apart from your average beat-em-up. Each room will give you... Each room has you beat certain requirements to get past it. This one's pretty straightforward. Beat up all the enemies, knock them out with your special invincible chair. You may also notice the blue book over there. We'll get to that in a second. I like how Cooper, our hero's name is Cooper, just in case you didn't pick up on that. I like how he cheers at the end of each room. I think it's actually had an impact on me. And as you also see here, we picked up our first rare book with the logo of the company that made this game, Rareware. When you collect 5 of these, something good will happen. Well, some people will view it as good. I'm gonna view it as... I'm not looking forward to it. Because I'm setting quite the challenge for myself, as you'll see. But when we get 25 of those books, I'm gonna have a special video showing what all these books may do. And Crivens here is introducing himself.
Oh, yeah!
Toopy is introducing himself too. Not like saying the obvious. So, we can't keep our invincible chair anymore, even though it'd be really, really useful throughout most of the game. He's just telling us about all the basic mechanics, the pause screen, the map. As I'm doing this in post-production, I'm recording myself in post-production. I don't think my commentary would be as wonderful as it is if I was playing live. And I think I'm even being sarcastic about my current commentary. I'm just showing off another little feature. You can beat up any characters. It doesn't really do anything, it's just kind of funny. Wow, I'm really going to town on him. I'm enjoying this way too much past me. So, Chapter 1, The Rescue. So, just a little warning. If you don't like jump scares, you might want to avoid this. Because even though it's not the scariest horror game, it has a lot of horror elements that are kind of creepy. And if you're a big fan... Jesus, that scared me. Oh, okay. But you may recognize some of the heads mounted on the wall. Like Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie, Kazooie from Banjo-Kazooie, that Gorilla Congo from Banjo-Kazooie, a really sick-looking Mumbo. He's looking a little under the weather there, Mumbo Jumbo. And that bowl that's also from Banjo-Kazooie. And that bowl from Banjo-Kazooie. Which, I think it's all characters from, like, the first row of the Banjo-Kazooie. I'm not sure if these heads reference anything else. I think the green ogre-type head might be slightly referencing Klungo from Banjo-Kazooie. Might slightly be referencing Klungo from Banjo-Kazooie. But, I don't know, and it's an easy book. But as you saw here, it's introducing a very unique mechanic to the game too. Well, quick time events aren't unique. They might have been new back then though, but this game will try to scare you, and in order to avoid a penalty of, I think, a lot of damage, you need to oh yeah, you need to press all the buttons in time. You'll be seeing this mechanic a lot. And I actually kind of like it about the game. It kind of keeps you on edge a little. It's mainly a beat-em-up game, but it has a lot of horror elements to it, which I find pretty unique. And there are some pretty creepy things later on that I want to talk about, and that I really like about this game. As you see here, this is a brand new enemy, the skeleton. I'm not really going to fight them there. I'm not even going to show their bio yet. I think there'll be a better time to show their bio later on in this video. Maybe even the next video. Yeah, it's the next video. So we have another cutscene here. As you can see, looking forward in the panels, we have found Amber, Cooper's girlfriend, with pink hair. I don't know what's up with the pink hair. I guess it's like an English thing. Well, we found it. The game's over.
Oh, yeah!
That was grabbed by the Ghoulies. Hope you enjoyed it. As you can see, it's never truly over. Cripes. Well, this is gonna be a while. So we have a brand new challenge here. The key challenge. We must find a key. A singular key. Look in some of the more rare items. Rare's capitalized. I think the game's trying to tell us something. So, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just fooling around. I'm pretty exhausted right now. In order to record this, I jumped through 50 billion hoops. 3 Best Buys, 1 plane train. At one point, a lot of daisy chaining. Maybe I'll talk about it in another video. It's just... Just know at this point, with me playing the game, I have a huge migraine right now, and I'm really pissed off at the world. As you can see here, let me explain the beat-em-up mechanics a little more. Koopa has a main attack, and a knockout attack. And most Ghoulies share the same thing. The main attack just does 1 damage to each enemy. You can combo them up. And if an enemy is stunned, or I think if you're in a certain position, you can do a knockout attack, which does more damage, and it knocks back the enemies, like it says. So, I think I forgot I was even supposed to find the keys, so... I don't know, like I said, I'm really pissed off at the world right now because of all the hoops I had to jump through today to get a friggin' PVR. But if you've been keeping a keen eye out, you might notice some really cool things about this room if you know Rare's history. I'll be showing it off either later. I'll be showing it off more in the next video. I'm just walking around for now. Oh yeah, I think I'm showing it off a little... No, I'm going to the next room. I'm just trying to remember what I was doing. So yeah, that was a new challenge. Heading back to the billiard room. And we're introduced to another survival horror-like mechanic here. In each room, Baron Von Ghoul here will tamper with your health. And he can just change it to whatever he wants. Later on, I'm not even joking, you get down to 1 health. So, like Cribs is saying, we have bonus challenges here. What are bonus challenges? I'll show them off in a later video. I think I'm just gonna have a separate video for bonus challenges. And I want to have about 5 bonus challenges a video. Now looks like about a good time for the skeleton bio. Because we're gonna be fighting a crapload of skeletons. The composer of this game is Grant Kirkhope, who you might recognize from composing a bunch of other rare games like Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Kazooie, GoldenEye, Cityville. I know Cityville's a big one he likes to talk about. As you can see here, skeletons they're pretty weak enemies, but later on they gain a mechanic that makes them a lot more threatening. Right now, they might be threatening in numbers, but they're a pretty big deal, and they're pretty easy. The thing that makes this game a little easier is every time you defeat an enemy, the Ghoulies, anytime you defeat a Ghouly, the other Ghoulies will send out some sort of, like, sigh, mourning their friend that just died by your hand. So, yes. And I realized I forgot to show off a brand new mechanic that was introduced. A brand new type of weapon. It's basically an enemy clearing weapon. It's a giant spin. And I think I also showed off another type of weapon already. A single throw weapon, like the trophy and I think vases. And they basically do a lot of damage to a lot of enemies if you aim right. So, yeah. We're just about to get to the cinema. Find Amber. All we gotta do is get to the cinema and through this hallway. I think I just repeated myself. Sorry about that. But another brand new mechanic, and an important mechanic too. Marsupials soups. We'll meet Marsupial later, but right now the most basic just gives you health. And right next to that we have another mechanic. Super Scary Shocks, I think it's called. Or, no, I think it just scares. The quick time event is Super Scary Shocks. But these, pretty much ghosts appear, something happens, and they send out a little orange wave that tries to scare you. If it scares you, it does damage to you. And it makes you unable to attack and more vulnerable to attacks, which means you take a lot more damage. So, if you get hit by that thing in the middle of battle, you're not gonna have a good time. as you can see, like, the skeleton was about to charge up and do a super uppercut attack. Enemies can do KO attacks to you too. And wow, they just really throwing new things at us really fast, but... yeah, we just met a new enemy, a spider, which on its own isn't too threatening, but in a big group can be really annoying, since they do this, like, spin attack that dashes into you. Which, they're not the toughest, you can just... I was just checking if I have the book yet, which I don't think I do. Looking here, this is some foreshadowing for later. Here, there's a couple ghoulies we won't be seeing for a little while. And the soup can we can't get quite yet. I left little mummies our pelvic thrust. As you'll see, this game has an interesting sense of humor. If you know Rare's previous games, you already know what type of humor I'm talking about. So, we finally made it to the cinema. It's actually one of my favorite rooms in the game. I find it pretty unique. And we're introduced to, not really a mechanic yet, but Baron Von Ghoul has prisoners around the house. And it makes him like 10 times more creepy a villain. Because he just has usually young people just tied up randomly around his house. It's really unsettling. I mean, this game has gotten less scary to me as I've gotten older, but that part just got more disturbing. I still like Baron Von Ghoul as a villain just for that reason. So, about to get to Amber. Let's finally rescue her. And I'm sure this is gonna be easy. There's like translation things like that. Don't panic. Good idea, Cooper. There is nothing wrong with your plan. I like the little exclamation point that shows up in the smoke. I noticed that for the first time just playing that game. It's a nice little touch. Kinda funny. Dig little touches like that. Oh great, we have to go back to the gaming room. Awesome.